I am such a misfit. It's not even funny. Well, actually, it is kind of funny. That's why I'm gonna tell you this story. I remember back in the day, one of the coolest video games was Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent. Okay, basically in this game, you had two agencies that you were working for. One was a red bar, one was a blue bar. And you had to keep both those bars up above like 33%. And if you didn't, you'd lose the game. That's how I feel sometimes. I'm like a double agent in life. I don't fit in with anyone. All the normal social stereotypical groups of people that you would categorize, I can't really be placed in any of them. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, because the fact is I actually can kind of fit in with a lot of different groups. The reason for this is because I guess I'm such a likable person, and I'm kind of my personality is kind of flexible in a way. I'm kind of good at picking up on social cues, so I can look at a group of people that I'm not really familiar with or how they interact with each other, and I can analyze that and then go from there and be able to integrate myself into the group. There are many examples of this, but the prime example is what I want to talk to you guys about today. So a while back, a friend of mine got her tonsils taken out. Apparently, getting her tonsils taken out hurts really bad. I wouldn't know though, because I've never gotten my tonsils taken out. And it requires you to take a lot of pain medication, which my friend did, and for about 2 or 3 weeks after, she wasn't allowed to drive a vehicle, because that would be dangerous. She had received a role in a play that she had auditioned for, and she was like, "Hey Tristan, there's a mandatory cast meeting, can you take me?" And being the absolutely ultimate legit friend I am, I was like, yeah. The director of this show has directed a couple of plays that I've been in, so I have a friendship with her. And also, one of my best friends was in the play. So we get to this meeting, and they start doing measurements, handing out scripts, talking about getting your costumes ready for the show. So everyone's kind of crowding around the director in her living room. I'm kind of leaning up against the wall, trying to stay out of everyone's way. And a girl that I sort of know comes walking up behind the group, and she's short, so she can't really see. So I offer her my spot on the wall, and she's just like, "Oh no, it's okay, I can't see anyways." And I look at her, and I'm just like, well, it's all cool, because I'm not in the show, because I'm a misfit. And she looks at me all quizzically, and she doesn't know how to handle it. Then the director starts handing out schedules to different people, and she passes one to me, and I'm like, oh, it's okay, I'm not in the show, because I'm a misfit. So we're sitting there talking, and people are like, "Tristan, what are you doing here? What? I don't remember you auditioning for the show." I didn't audition, because I'm a misfit. "Why are you here at this cast meeting?" "I don't know. Why do I end up at places that I shouldn't be in? Well, how come I can fit with you guys? People think I'm in the show, but I'm not. I look like I could be in the show. I didn't even audition. I could be on stage with you guys without having to audition. How great is that? Look at me. Look how great. That's just wonderful. Good job, Tristan. You are fantastic. Wow. Glorious." So then after about 40 minutes, the meeting is pretty much over, and everyone's just kind of standing around, chilling, talking to each other. So I'm talking to one of my best friends, who, as I mentioned, is in the show. Him and I are talking, and my ex-girlfriend comes up behind me. Oh, that's weird that I would have forgotten to mention that. Anyways, she comes up from behind in a very cozy sweater. It was a pretty legit sweater. In the early seasons of fall, was very, it could have been a risky move of her. Not only did she pull it off, she rocked it. So that was dope. So we're all chilling, talking. Different people that I kind of know and have tried to fit in with are chilling there. It was almost nostalgic for me. Earlier at the beginning of the school year, I'd kind of tried to fit in with this group of people and realized not only did I not even have time to hang out with these people didn't really care about me that much. My whole thought process behind it is, why hang out with people who don't really care about you that much when there's hundreds of other potential people that would be a better friend to you? I had kind of been forsaking my true friends to hang out with these people who I thought would be beneficial for me to hang out with, but really gave me nothing in life. Yeah, true, they're different than the normal people I would hang out with, so they have different experiences in life that they can kind of relate to me and share their experiences with, and that's kind of what life and friendship is all about. But I really didn't have time to hang out with them. I had other closer friends that it was much more easier for me to hang out with. They're more in my immediate social group. Okay, sorry for getting deep there. Back to it. So we're all chilling, talking, me, one of my best friends, my ex-girlfriend, a couple people that I'm friends with. And my friend comes up from just getting measured and is kind of ready to go. Alright, let's go. So we go outside to leave, we say bye to my best friend, and we get in my mom's minivan. Oh, there's all these things I keep forgetting to mention. I was driving my mom's minivan. For a couple months before I started driving my truck, I was driving my mom's minivan, and it was okay. But prior to the week before that, my truck was having some difficulties, so we took it to the shop. That means I had to drive the minivan. I wasn't necessarily happy to go back to the minivan. I'd kind of forgotten how much people judge me or think oddly of me for driving the minivan. It all came back to me in that weekend of driving. A girl that I work with saw me at the gas station while I was filling up the minivan, and then posted on my timeline wall on Facebook and was like, hey, I saw you driving the minivan. I'm just like, yeah, minivan swag. But anyways, back to it. We hop in the minivan and are driving back down the hill because we had parked further up past her house because 60 people in the cast needs a lot of parking. So we had parked up the hill a ways, and we're now starting to drive past the director's house. There's a line of cars down the front of her house. And peeking up behind one of those cars, I see the sweater. I see her sweater just like poking up, and it's like, it like catches your eye. You're like, oh, that sweater.
Oh, yellow.
It like catches your eye. So as I'm driving, I'm like, oh, that sweater. And then I realized I didn't say goodbye to everyone. What was I thinking? I'm a social person. I'd be rude not to say goodbye to the friends and the sweater. So I push the automatic button down on the window, and the window starts to climb down very slowly. And I start to slowly put on the brakes so I can slow down and talk to them. But as I'm driving down past the house, they're already walking along the sidewalk, and I see them dotted behind the cars going past me the opposite way. So as I'm driving past the house, they're walking along the sidewalk, and I can't see them. They're going the other way. So as I finally get down to stop and peek my head out the window and say bye, I'm yelling down past at them. And now the cars that were placed apart from each other are now diagonally so that I can't even see them. The entire sidewalk is blocked by the cars parked in front of the director's house. So I'm already at a complete stop. I might as well just yell out the window and say bye to them anyways, right? Bye, friends who I used to hang out with. It was good to see you again. Have a good show. Too bad I'm not in it. It was too late. They couldn't hear me. They were just so enraptured in their own enthusiastics. I'm just a misfit. I didn't belong. I shouldn't have been at that cast meeting, and I knew it. I shouldn't have been there, but I was. Can you explain that to me? Can you explain how that happened? Why that was? I couldn't answer that for myself. And to tell you the truth, I still can't. I'm looking back. And then I look forward. Realize there's nothing back there. All that's left is to go forward. Face what's ahead of me. I have things that I need to do. Things that I must face in my destiny. And they have their lives back there. And that's not for me. So I hit the acceleration, and boom! I blast off like I'm in a spaceship. But I'm in my mom's minivan. I just drive and take my friend back to her home. She was a little loopy and needed pain medication, and I was a little vexed about being at a cast meeting that I didn't even audition for. Like, how does that happen? You be the judge. You ask the questions. I've been asking all the questions this video. Yeah, it's time for you to ask some. That's my story for the day. This video turned out to be a lot different than I thought it would end up being. 'Cause I'm a misfit. I had to act quick. I had to bring this thing down. It must go down. And then he'd be like, don't be scared. And then I'd be like, okay. And then I would dance.